Hello again everyone, this is Vincent and this is episode 3 of the Particulars Let's Play. So we'll just start off with chapter 3. Alright, so another thing I forgot to mention in the previous two episodes is that if you notice that particles have a black border around them and antiparticles have a white border around them, that border can distort, and that distortion tells you that that particle is feeling a force in a particular direction. If you see it bulging out, that means it's being attracted in that direction. Alright, just another game tip. Alright, so in this level, basically we have to get 5 data from annihilations. This level pretty much just introduces us to the kind of interface we see when you have a very, very large screen and stuff can be off screen. So when stuff's off screen, basically you see the particle type and an arrow showing which way it is. Not too much to it. And in this level, basically just annihilate stuff, get data, not too much thinking, just don't get annihilated yourself. That's about it. And there it is. Just a bit of, just basically being able to control particles attached to you. Alright. So in this level, so again we have an cause annihilation objective, and this time we also meet a new thing, the barrier. So barriers just block particles. In this case, this dark red barrier will block negative particles, which include down quarks and anti-up quarks. In order to annihilate, the annihilation you have to cause it between this up quark, which is positive and therefore can cross this barrier, with this anti-up quark, which can't cross it. So pretty much how we do this is you latch on to neutron, hopefully you can expel one of the down quarks off before, and then get close to the barrier and expel the up quark towards the anti-up quark, and hopefully annihilates before the down quarks pull it back down. So again, I just did that to get rid of the down quark. Hopefully, nope. Or you can just expel that other down quark and then just drag the up quark, and the residual positive charge should attract the anti-up quark towards you, which should annihilate when they get close enough. The annoying thing about particulars is, even though you can know exactly what to do in theory, the fact that you've got particles to play around with and you've got to actually do it just makes it really annoying and sometimes a bit tedious, especially in chapter 10 where, you know, you will die a lot. Let me warn you. Alright. Okay, in this level we do have a smaller circular playing field. And here we also meet the barrier which blocks only you, the player, and they're colored green, or in later levels purple. Pretty much what's going to happen in this level is a bunch of anti-down quarks are going to keep spawning in the center, and you just have to dodge them for 25 seconds. Thankfully it's not too hard, because when you get a lot of anti-downs, they all seem to just stick around the edge like that. I think they're all repelled from each other, and therefore only the ones in the center will actually start moving towards you with any great speed. And like so. Alright. So in this level, we have to put our particle inside the circle, and standing between us and that circle are these white barriers which block all particles, and also these anti-down quarks which will kill you if you try and just run in there yourself. We also see these blue barriers which block positive particles like these anti-down quarks, but not you. So pretty much how we do this level is you grab this up quark and down quark to make a neutron, drag it over, annihilate the down quark with this anti-down quark, and then rinse and repeat for this one and that one. The other annoying thing about particles is that if you move your quark within that particle, it won't move the whole particle uniformly. It will actually start spinning simply because you don't apply the force right in the middle of the particle. You actually give the particle some angular momentum. And it's a pain to stop. It's also really annoying when you're trying to align yourself in a particular direction. Here we have to expel it because that anti-down quark isn't going to move towards us. So just expel it and the attraction should take over. And expel this up quark so it can actually get through the barriers. Alright, I'll go over to the left hand side over here. So in this level, again, this condition is prevent any annihilations from happening. And what's going to happen is basically 2 anti-down quarks are going to spawn inside this circle which blocks positive particles, so they're not going to escape. But 2 down quarks are going to spawn out here, and they're going to be attracted to there unless you intervene. So how you win the level is basically use your negative charge to repel the down quarks away from these anti-down quarks for 20 seconds, which is fairly okay if you don't mess up. That's hence why the level is called Juggle. You just have to use your charge to kind of juggle the down quarks away from the anti-downs. Yeah, so if you let them keep their distance, they shouldn't give you too much trouble. Alright. So here in this level we meet a few more new things. In this level we meet firstly this bright red barrier, which is a death barrier. It destroys all particles which touch it. Thankfully in no levels can you actually touch it. There will generally be a barrier which blocks you from touching it. But it might destroy some particles which you need in order to win the level, which is annoying. Also in this level we meet the electron over here. So an electron is not a quark, but it's also a fundamental particle. It's very small, and it has a very high charge for its size, a -1 charge. So this means that in electric fields it tends to move very, very, very quickly. Over in the bottom left over here is a positron, which is the antimatter equivalent of an electron. It has a +1 charge. And pretty much what we have to do in this level is cause 2 annihilations. So this positron is going to spawn over here, and it's going to launch in that direction very quickly. And another thing is that you can't see it right now, but when these electrons spawn, there'll also be 3 anti-down quarks which spawn around it to neutralize the charge. So the positron is not naturally going to move towards the electron. What we have to do is we have to use our negative charge to kind of curve the positron towards these electrons. So if I sit here, the positron will curve towards that way because it's moving that way, but it feels a force towards me, like so. And this might take a bit of trial and error, but basically just keep adjusting your position, and eventually the positron will hit the electron.